Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Who am I but a Dre Mac? Came into the game just to spit facts. Into the space that I'm in. They call me by the Drake cause I'm cold with the pen. I want no diamonds, but I feel shy. You can dig me, cause my boy's mine. My tracks playing like a dilute. I want to blood on my tongue, thinking it's a warm glue. I'ma throw with a gas leak. Camouflage in the mist, but you smell me. One spark, then I bet you I'ma blow up. Then throw my name around, get stupid, then you go dumb. No rest for the weary. A versus eating in his man, but you can't see me. You rather drink than go pull up, but drink a knife through the game, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. I came to eat at the a la carte. Got stripped of a bear, call me brainstorm. Then I come together like a Voltron. Then I poured all the plaques, you use Decepticons. Fake rappers, they retreat like Cobra. 80s, they can throw, they like. Up in the storage and I'm E-man. Up, down, down, then I'm cheeky. You a beast, man. I take a beating. Ninja Turtle rap, Turtle Clans get defeated. High samurai, you can call me Night Rider. You can never stop me, cause I'm a guy bomb. Bad attitude like a rocket, my whole to the A, and I bet you can't stop us. LL bad, when I go and show up, you can hear the haters in the back. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie.
This is a test. This station is conducting a test of the emergency broadcasting system. This is only a test.
Taste the biscuit. Taste the goodness of the biscuit. Taste the honey sauce. Taste the goodness of the biscuit with the honey sauce. Don't get that honey sauce on me. I don't like the way it tastes with my chicken wings.
We return you now to your regularly scheduled program.
What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What is going on, everybody? This your man Dre Mac coming to you again with another episode of the Dre Mac Show. 7:30 in the morning Central Time, 8:30 on the East Coast. And if you're on the West Coast right now, go ahead and get up, because you already know that the early bird gets the worm. And on today, I'm going to go over my man Charlie, Emergency Awesome. My man did a whole moonwalk when it came to, you know, the video that we seen the other day when he was talking about a T'Challa variant and all of that. Oh, he changed his tune this time, and now he's talking about it's going to be T'Challa. There's going to be the new Black Panther and how they're going to age him up or whatever. I'm not going to lie. I listened to this and I was like, come on, bro. What is it? Are we getting to child, you know? And I said this, and again, this is something that was echoed by Planet Fanatics that, you know, when it came to Damson, they wanted him to play T'Challa, and they wanted Eldest to play T'Challa from a variant universe. If I remember that right, I'm 99% sure that's what it was. You know what I mean? So now there's confusion in the air, and that's what makes this difficult. I might like a channel, I might like a creator, all of that. Nobody's above, critique or my thoughts and stuff like that. Rather, I like them not because I want y'all to have that same energy for me. You know what I mean? So again, hopefully you guys are happy. Hopefully you guys are healthy. Shout out to my man Heavy Gan over at the Heavy Gan channel. But you already know how I do. The real question is,
say why you hating on my energy? Say why you hating on my energy? I don't think you wanna be my enemy.
All right. Let me check and see who was all in the hizzy today. What's up? All right, Marley Maury, good morning. Krisha Key, good morning. Nice to see you up here. The admin Robin D is up here. What is up? Good morning. Minty Gasm, good morning. AKA Tina, AKA Minty Gasm, good morning. Dane C is up here. Good morning. And again, you see that? Don't forget to smash that like button while you on your way up in here. Erica D, AKA She Loves Fantasy, is up here. Good morning. Justice No, aka the name that I'm not gonna pronounce on this. Y'all not about to make fun of me. Y'all not about to make fun of me. I can hear Marcus, I can hear Mika right now. Nah, I'm not falling for the okie doke. Nope. Andre Ware, good morning. Wavy Thames, good morning. Let me see. Whoa. Chris EV, what's up? Good morning. Gray, the other admin is up here. Good morning. Mo, yep, most definitely, and I'm glad you up here as long as you possibly can. Torian Rain Reloaded is up here. Good morning. Miss Roberta, the church auntie, is up here. Good morning. Excellent Xavier Phoenix, good morning. Q is not a robot. The newest admin is up here. Good morning. Let me see. Y6661 is up here. Good morning. Let me see. Percent is up here. Hey, Percent. Good morning. Andre Ware, we about to get up in it. we about to talk about this because boy, when I seen it, all I seen was Michael Jackson moonwalk, Motown 25, the way he was moonwalking. I was like, yo, what is this? Boy, you know what I'm saying? It's not like I don't like Charlie or whatever. It's the flip-flopping, dude. What is it? If you don't know, say, hey, look, this is just speculation. But to come off on one end, like this is the facts, and then on the other end, like this is the facts, it makes the audience confused. You know what I mean? Especially when people are writing for recast T'Challa so hard, man, the flip-flopping, dog. That's all I'm saying. It's the flippity flops. I don't like it. Executive Judge, good morning. X Kendall, good morning. Do you mean to have that reverb? Do I have a reverb? I check my mic this time. I'm not on my headphones. So I don't know what reverb that you hear, but I don't hear a reverb, and I'm listening to myself in my headphones. Let me see. Yep. Yeah. You know what I mean? Eric Shaw, what's up? My God, man, it's nice to see you up in here. All right. Les, you already know how we do. Let's most definitely shout out you magnificent people out here, man. Again, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all, man. Let's shout y'all out, man. Let's go. Hold up. Wait a minute. Whoa. Stop everything you're doing. Go and hit that like button. I know this is probably your first time watching, and you probably enjoying everything. Stop fucking on the channel and go and hit that subscribe button so you never miss one of my videos or one of my morning live streams. And for only $2.99 a month, you know you can be a part of the crew. And shout out to all my crew members that have been holding it down for Dre Mack and the crew since the beginning. All right, back to your regularly scheduled program, now in service. Go. Bye. All right, all right. And again, if you want to be a part of the crew, all you got to do is hit the join button at the main page of my channel. All you got to do is hit that join button, and you can be a part of the crew. I've been doing a lot more. I've been dedicated myself to doing one short a day, one short from the live stream. Posting it out, some of the the best clips and stuff like that. So make sure you guys are supporting that. You know what I'm saying? Because it's going to help the channel grow. I don't do a lot of videos and live stream every day. Well, live stream Monday through Friday. So it helps the channel a lot when you go and support those shorts that I'm posting out. And plus, it's helping the channel grow. You know what I mean? So again, I appreciate you guys. Everything that you guys do, man. Swear I appreciate you guys. Brother Juma, what's up? What's up? What's up? All right. Let's transition over because I don't want to hold y'all too much longer. I want to transition over and check out exactly what a Mercy Awesome is saying this time. Again, this is not a diss to him or nothing like that. I'm just pointing out how if you were looking at this in a vacuum, 1 minute is this, 1 minute is that. What is really what's the actual factuals, like they used to say back in the day? So let's get into it, man. But one thing I'm gonna do is take a quick commercial break because I'll be right back with more of the Dre Max Show.
Knight Rider will continue in a moment.
Them biscuits I smell, Mom.
That's my Hungry Jack.
Tommy takes one of them. Them my mama biscuit. Them my mama biscuit.
Switching to Geico really save you 15% or more on car insurance? Does a 10-pound bag of flour make a really big biscuit?
All right. Let's transition over and let's bring up this latest video. I seen the majority of this video yesterday. I started to talk to my phone, and I was like, I'll say this for tomorrow. I'll save a lot of my thoughts for tomorrow. Let's get into it, man. Emergency Awesome. And still, shout out to Charlie. You know what I mean? I know a lot of people. I've noticed this once a lot of YouTubers get big, some people got particular thoughts. People probably got particular thoughts of me, and I really don't care. You know what I'm saying? He probably don't either. But I still like Charlie or whatever. But I do, have an issue with this, and I'm gonna explain my issue with it in just a second. What up, Sheet? All right, let's get into it. Mercy Awesome, Vintage Doomsday trailer, the new T'Challa, Black Panther, and Hidden, whatever. All right, because I can't see the rest of it. Me too, brother Juma. Me too.
I've lost everyone that matters to me.
When she said I lost everyone that matters to me, the Russos came out yesterday and said these are not trailers. These are clues. You know what I mean? To the movie. Jay Ward, what's going on? These are clues to the movie. I thought about this real hard yesterday. There's a clip in here when she looks like she's about to cry when she's doing the Wakanda Forever salute. What if she is meeting the variant of T'Challa in this scene? If this is a scene from the movie. What up, Judah Ben Israel? What if she's meeting T'Challa for the first time? The T'Challa from a variant universe. I'm still on board with them, and they can make it ambiguous, right? I know Q is not a robot. There's nothing I could do about it. It's what it is. I don't even care. You know what I mean? I honestly don't. The mobile version sucks, and they need to fix it. Seriously. But I'm missing my train of thought. What if that this is T'Challa from another universe, right? Follow me on this one. And they don't make it obvious if it's T'Challa Jr. or T'Challa, son of T'Chaka. They make it ambiguous. Would you guys be okay with that? I want to know in the comment section, would you be okay with that? Because what if she's seeing T'Challa in that scene? And that's why she's emotional and she gives a Wakanda Forever salute. You know what I'm saying? Because she's getting ready to, you know what I'm saying, to get on a ship or something. I don't know. I think there's things that's missing in this trailer. But what if the Russos make it ambiguous and then they make it ambiguous, and then now Ryan Coogler has to figure out if it's T'Challa Jr. or if it's T'Challa, son of T'Chaka from another universe. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. What would y'all think? Put it in the comment section below. This is just a theory that I got. I just really want to hear from y'all. Rashad Walker, what's up?
The king has his duties to prepare our people for the afterlife. I have mine.
Because when she says I lost everything, maybe she lost Tucson and I know her by Malice, but I forgot her name in the her actual name. But what if they're gone? I'm just saying, what if they're gone? You know what I mean? Because if she says she lost everybody, you know what I'm saying? Who's actually left? You know what I mean? I don't know. This is too. I'm thinking she might lost everybody, her nephew, all of that. If she lost her nephew, and then they was like, "Oh, we're gonna do some timey-wimey stuff to bring her nephew from an alternate universe or whatever," it's just it just does not make sense. So there's so much in here that I want to unpack. All right, let's keep going. What's up, Duran?
Wakanda. Ben, Yancey Street.
I do too. I do too, Gray. That's what I'm. Hold on. Look at this. Look at this just for a second. Look at her face. Look at her face. There's something else is going to. I mean, I could be completely wrong. But what if they're hiding the fact that she's actually seeing her brother or her nephew? I don't want it to be the nephew, but what's up, Rosales Comics? What's up? What if it's her brother? Just what if? The emotion on her face, and then it reminds me of the Disney cruise. You know what I mean? It reminds me of the Disney cruise when they showed a T'Challa from an alternate universe coming back with Shuri. They did the Wakanda Forever pose, and they posed together. Just what if? I'm just saying, I think that would be super dope, but we don't know. We don't know. And what if this is the void? You know what I'm saying? What if this is the void? There's so much that I don't know. It does make me curious. It makes me curious because there's so much that the Russo brothers can do with this. The reason why I'm saying it's the void, because that was desert area that we seen in Deadpool Wolverine. Basically, it could be a live action what if, but you know, what up, Bushy Balls? I still hate to say that name out loud, but yeah, what's up, Bushy? Can I call you Bush? But it looks like the void. When they was like Namor on the throne and all of this, I'm like, well, why would he be on the throne in the middle of the desert? It could be close, you know, to Kev. I call you Kev. All right, Kev, we got you, Kev. But it could be close to water. I don't know. There's too much ambiguous stuff in it. What if this is the void? That's why she's talking about death, because they are prone to the void because of the incursion. And that's why she's meeting Namor. That's why she's meeting that's why she's with the Wakandans because they're in the void. I don't know. It gave him Baku as king. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to tell you. I think she's that look. I think she's meeting T'Challa. You know, I think that's I think she. Nobody said that. Nobody has said that. But that look makes me believe that she's seeing T'Challa again for the first time. For the first time since his death, and she's overwhelmed. To me, that look is just, I don't know. You know what I mean? Unless what? And Baku told her that it's time to fight. I don't know. I trust the Russos more than I trust Ryan. No, I don't. I trust the Russos more than I trust Ryan Coogler to bring back T'Challa, son of T'Chaka. But I don't know. We don't know. I'm just speculating. I'm putting hope in the air. I'm putting hope in the air. Is that John? What's going on? Jonathan Lee, what's going on? Maybe I said that right. I don't know. But I spent a lot of time on that.
Welcome back, everyone. It's Charlie. Marvel dropped the official HD version of the Black Panther Fantastic Four Avengers Doomsday trailer. And if you didn't notice, they made a slight change from the version that they put on YouTube.
They said it's in the movie.
On the previous Avengers Doomsday trailers. On this Black Panther Fantastic Four trailer, now the countdown is just continuing at the end of all the trailers. Like the teaser trailers all end with a countdown to Doomsday, like Doomsday is coming. Now at the end of the YouTube version of this trailer, it just says Doomsday is coming, and the countdown is continuing all the way the rest of the 11 months until it hits 0 and we get the movie in theaters. When the Russos posted this to their official Instagram account, they also had this very cryptic message where they said, what you've been watching the last 4 weeks, the 4 different teasers, are not teasers. They're stories. They are clues. Pay attention.
That's what that's why I said I believe they're in the void. That's why I think they're in the void. The only reason why I think of the void, but just think about it like this. You had teaser 1, the baby, the birth, with Steve Rogers, the birth of the kid. And we all know that he was selfish. He went to go back to clap cheeks with Peggy Carter. I don't blame him, but that was selfish. And then you had to talk to Tony about being selfish, but you went back and time to clap cheeks. You know what I'm saying? Get married and clap cheeks and make babies. So, I don't know. So I believe that's the birth. Then you have the prayer to the gods about the child, because I truly believe that Dr. Doom is not out here, you know what I'm saying, on some Pennywise just going to go get kids. I don't believe that. I believe the actions of this is just my speculation I'm putting out there. My thing. I believe that Steve Rogers' actions, his selfishness, is leading, because he went to go make a child and all of that, is leading to the destruction of the universes. That's why Thor's praying to the gods, why the X-Men universe is getting destroyed right now, and the reason why we're in the void. It makes too much sense to not put these trailers or these teasers or even these clues of the movie in there the way that they did it. If it's not, this is the reason for the destruction and why they're in the void. Why are they in the desert? This is not Wakanda, because Wakanda's not in the desert or the jungle. Talokan is not in the desert or in the jungle. It's underwater. We literally seen that at Wakanda Forever. Why in the whole entire hell would they be in the desert? If it's not the void. I'm just saying. I believe Steve Rogers created this mess, and we are getting the clues to why Doomsday is coming. My personal opinion. Let's keep going.
Doomsday has begun. Naturally, everybody's going crazy, wondering what this actually means. What are you talking about? Love the Jennifer Lawrence meme that someone posted in chat here too, because she also played Mystique in the X-Men First Class movies. She's the First Class version, even though it's actually the Rebecca Romaine version of Mystique.
It could be Rashad, I can believe that.
What I actually think the Russos are trying to say here is that these will not appear in the actual movie itself, and it's just setting the stage for them all figuring out what's happening with the incursions and learning about Robert Downey Jr.'s Doctor Doom. When they say Doomsday has begun, I think they're both referring to the incursions destroying the MCU, like the entire universe is going to be destroyed by an incursion, but also Robert Downey Jr.'s Doctor Doom is coming for the MCU. Doom is coming. Doomsday is going to happen. It will also be a day for Doctor Doom. So I think this means that this is the last teaser trailer they're going to release before they release a big official trailer. Hopefully that winds up being at the Super Bowl. Supposedly they're saving Robert Downey Jr.'s Doctor Doom reveal for that big one.
For anybody who was talking about Mahershala Ali is too old, look at Robert Downey Jr. from the time he was Iron Man in 2008 to now. I want y'all to cut that out. I want y'all to stop that blasphemy right now. There's definitely people missing in this scene. Absolutely. You know, being, well, I guess ex-detective or whatever you go on, people is looking at certain things like, I think there's people here. I think there's somebody else here. There's not anybody here. You know what I mean? There's people missing. So, yes, I do believe that.
But there are a lot of Easter eggs and references baked into this Fantastic Four meeting Black Panther trailer, so we'll break it all down. If you're brand new to the channel, be sure.
Why is she, dude, come on now. Why is she in the desert? And we legitimately just did not see this in the void. And the reason why I believe you only see the landscape because they're purposely editing out footage that would confirm that we're in the void. You know what I mean? They're purposely editing out things that will show you that we're in the void. I'm just saying. Danny Man, what's up? Because there's no other reasons why them or the Telecons should be in the desert. There's no, the ocean dried up. We in how? There's the earth is 70% water. You know what I mean? They live off the coast of the Gulf of Mexico. What up, Dwayne? So, you know what I mean?
To subscribe to get all the episodes. I am sure their marketing for the movie is going to continue to be just as weird as it has been. If you remember Avengers Infinity War and Avengers Endgame, it's the same vibe as it was for those movies. But the basic idea during this trailer is the Fantastic Four have come from their universe, from the Thunderbolts post-credit scene, like they crossed universes. We'll talk about that in a second. Pretty easy to assume that the new Avengers, the Thunderbolts characters who become the new Avengers at the end of that movie, have met them at some point, and now they're on their way to Wakanda to meet with Shuri, the Wakandans, like M'Baku, the other.
But this is what it doesn't make sense. This is what it doesn't make sense. You know, the only reason why it doesn't make sense for them to be in Wakanda, when have you seen Wakanda have any type of desert area? When have you ever seen Wakanda have a desert area? Y'all let me know. Put it in the comment section below.
Black Panther characters and Namor's character. There are a couple reasons why they would want to meet with Shuri, mostly because she's one of the smartest people on the planet.
The reason why you don't see anything because they completely edited it out. Remember, there was a trailer, the run-in trailer that edited. I think they took out the Hulk. The Hulk was supposed to was in the trailer, but then when you watch the movie, the Hulk is not in that scene as the Hulk. You know what I mean? So they have done clever editing so you don't see who's in there before.
Next to now Reed Richards, who's supposed to be the smartest man in his universe or any universe that he goes into. They briefly addressed the crisis in space during the Thunderbolts post-credit scene. Shuri has also probably been clocking that for much longer than the new Avengers characters have been clocking it, just because she is way, way smarter than those characters. Presumably, that's why the Fantastic Four characters come to meet her, because they need her help dealing with this threat, this crisis in space, the incursions. The other reason why the Russos are having the Fantastic Four meet the Black Panther character here is the big comic book pull that they're going for. Originally, Black Panther, the T'Challa version of Black Panther, was introduced in a Fantastic Four comic book. Had Chadwick.
We got to remember, it was T'Challa the original character that was introduced in Fantastic Four number 52 and number 53. And the only problem with that, Brother Juma, is that we seen in Black Panther when T'Challa flew in to Wakanda and he was like, this never gets old. Where did he fly into? The trees. You know what I mean? And this is what I was talking about with the cape and everything when I was saying about, now this is the clue why I believe that this is T'Challa based on the T'Challa son of T'Chaka. Let me say it like this. Based on that concept art. Because that original concept art having with the cow and the strap around his neck. If you go back to the concept art, there's a strap that goes across T'Challa's chest. Matter of fact, do I have that? I think I have that figure. I don't want to, because if I go grab that figure, every other figure is gonna fall. So I don't want to pull the figure out. But you know what I mean? So that's what I'm looking at. That was the trailer for Avengers Infinity War. Yeah, it was Avengers Infinity War. Did I say in-game Infinity War? But what would destroy it? Because again, what would destroy? Why is the Talakans there? You know what I'm saying? Are you getting to understand what I'm saying?
Boseman's still been alive, he would have been the one meeting with them in this trailer. It would have been much more comic book accurate. There have been a lot of rumors about the Doctor Doom Robert Downey Jr. plot and how he's using the other characters against themselves, like he's twisting facts to make them do what he wants them to do. Maybe this has something to do with the subplot of him yoinking a whole bunch of other children. Call Chris Hansen. He's coming for all your children.
The only
real confirmed plot point for his character.
I don't believe that. I got to see more evidence of that. I know that that's just a rumor, and all of that. But why? What? Dr. Doom in the comic books is not collecting children. Now, he might not pay Luke Cage, but I never seen him collect children. That's weird. And he literally already seen that with Thor: Love and Thunder. Do not rehash that story. I just don't believe that. And yeah, I love Emergency also that is doing that too.
We know is that he is trying to save the multiverse, but doing it in his own way and blaming others, specific people that we know have caused incursions. Like we saw during Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness in Spider-Man No Way Home. Both of those characters, Doctor Strange and Spider-Man, have both caused incursions through different means. We also saw them cause an incursion at the end of the Marvels movie, so they're also partially responsible for that. And supposedly he comes for Steve Rogers because him going into the past, living in the past in an alternate timeline also causes an incursion, which basically they explained during Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness with the John Krasinski Reed Richards.
Exactly.
Makes sense that this is a Fantastic Four trailer, that would also be relevant, another Fantastic Four character. The whole idea that traveling to other dimensions, messing around in other dimensions where you don't belong, causes incursions or leads to incursions.
I understood that reference.
So pretty much any character in the MCU movies that have gone to other universes or messed with other universes in the multiverse are partially responsible for incursions. God, Loki.
I mean, we literally just seen this. I watched Multiverse of Madness, and when John Krasinski is explaining that, it was like your footprint being in here causes an incursion. So him just being in there was starting to cause an incursion in the 838 what was it? Was it 838 universe? So just think about that whole entire time Steve stood in that first of all, he has the super soldier serum. It takes him forever to get old, and now you just spent all that time with her. You know what I mean? They talked about Wanda's dream walking. Doctor Strange dream walked his ponytail self that was a zombie, which I ain't gonna lie, that's still one of the funniest parts of that movie when he was giving a pep talk as a zombie. Hilarious. And right up Sam Raimi's alley. But still, he still dream walked with a alternate universe version of him. He was causing an incursion in the regular universe. So I don't know. I don't know. I need more information before I can make an before I could make a definitive, a definitive theory, I need more information.
He could probably answer some questions about this too, because he is meant to be the gardener of the multiverse, tending to the garden of all the different timelines.
Brother Duma.
Tell Thor to get him on the phone and ask him what the big deal is. But this new teaser trailer is meant to go just as hard as the X-Men trailer, even though I think the X-Men one is a little bit better, just because we've been waiting even longer to get some classic X-Men that look comic book accurate.
What goes hard about this trailer? And Baku and Ben Grimm having a, you know what I'm saying, having a little funny moment. Just nothing. It goes, that's amazing. You know what I mean? Like, I want to see what the hell happened with Cyclops more than I want to see. But again, I think there's things that's missing out of that trailer. I think there's things missing out of the trailer with the Wakandas and the Fantastic Four meeting people. I have this strong feeling this in the void. Again, I could be completely wrong. This is just a theory. This is a hypothesis, an educated guess. But I just believe that there's so many things that's hidden out of there. You know what I mean? I felt something, executive judge. I felt a lot. That's what I felt.
But like all the other previous teaser trailers, they combine the classic Alan Silvestri Avengers theme piano version with the Black Panther Wakanda music. There's a little bit of Fantastic Four music that they mix in the background from that movie, but mostly it's meant to be the Wakandan music. The whole reason why Namor and his people are here in this desert area, because there's a temple to Talocan, it looks ancient because he goes back about 500 years and his people go back even further than that, is probably because Shuri is meeting the Fantastic Four characters near Talocan on that side of the Atlantic Ocean.
What if they do it like, because me, Mika, and Blue was talking about him. What if they do it like him, where their scenes is just that they put in the trailer that's just not in the movie? You know what I mean? So it's like, I remember the island, but the island wasn't desert. There's a difference. If you look at this, go back and look at this, the scenes that they're showing you in this, right? Does that really look like there's an ocean nearby? Especially them just walking in just a mist of hot desert? No. Sandy beaches, yes. That's not a sandy beach. That is complete desert. And again, the only other place that we seen the desert, you know what I mean, was in, Deadpool and Wolverine in their version of the Void. Because remember when we got Loki season 1 and they went to the Void, it didn't look like that. So I'm just saying, I don't know. I don't know. The Russo said this is clues. I don't know. I'm just making stuff up as I go along to make it seem like I'm smart. I'm not. I'm quite stupid, according to the comment section.
So the idea is that they're bringing about the end of Black Panther Wakanda Forever, where Namor was predicting that eventually Shuri would ask for his help. Now, his idea was to destroy the surface world. Obviously, things are going way crazier right now with Avengers Doomsday, Doctor Doom, and the incursions, so he's probably going to have to wait a beat before they actually destroy the surface world. But now, don't you wonder if they're going to be doing a version of Time Runs Out, because the suit that Namor is wearing in it looks like his Time Runs Out suit, or a version based on that suit.
See, and this is the reason I'm not trying to put too much comic knowledge in this, because it's totally different. It's nowhere like the comics, not even close. With Time Runs Out, Secret Wars, all of that, I think the comic is over there. You said after a devastating event, Q, in the incursion. Once they did the incursion and the splitting of the universes, that's when they started building up Battle World, right? Now, if their version of Battle World is the Void, that's why I'm giving this clue. But they haven't gave us enough. They haven't gave us enough for me to be able to say, yeah, I think this is so-and-so. I just don't have enough. I want it. I just don't have enough.
If they're going to be doing a version of Time Runs Out from the Jonathan Hickman run, do you actually think that Namor is going to betray everyone else and help Robert Downey Jr.'s Doctor Doom? During the whole time runs out, Namor eventually does wind up joining the Cabal and working with all the villains.
Yeah.
Marvel has not given us any big reveals on whether or not Robert Downey Jr. is going to show up inside the MCU with the team helping him out or anything from the Cabal or based on the Cabal. They kind of did a version of the Black Order during Avengers Infinity War, the children of Thanos. So maybe there'll be some echoes, some light references to the Cabal and the Illuminati groups.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm just being real because they use a version of Thanos. I'm glad he showed Multiverse of Madness right over here in that corner as a dead corpse. But I'm not gonna lie. If I see a version of the Cabal, you know what I'm saying? The children of Thanos, but they call it the Cabal, just like how we got that in Multiverse of Madness. I'll be like, oh, Russo's is cooking. The Russo's is cooking. I don't know. What I would like to see it, you damn Skippy, I would. Because that way I know that they're leaning more heavy on the comic book aspect to give you everything that they want. The Russo brothers said years ago, after Avengers Endgame, they want to do Secret Wars. Secret Wars is a huge event, and I'm not talking about the 1985 version, because that was to sell toys through Toy Biz. I'm talking about Jonathan Hickman's run. So, I'm okay. I'm gonna shut up.
Kind of did a version of the Illuminati during Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, but that was in the 838 universe, and most of them are dead now.
It could be Dan if they want to pay him.
Shuri enters the frame and they play the classic Avengers theme piano version. She has the new version of her Black Panther.
That's what I'm saying. Look at the landscape. Look at the landscape that she's walking behind. Where would you see water coming from? And when they show Namor, where would the water come? That's why I'm questioning where this is at.
Suit, it looks way more hardcore, way more gold, way more bling, way more Killmonger energy built into it, Killmonger vibes. Also kind of wondering if Killmonger is going to show up in a cameo scene during this. Maybe
the only thing I don't because they're legitimately and this is just the God's side of truth. The energy that Shuri had, they call it the Killmonger energy, but no, it's really not. Is really Christopher Priest's version of T'Challa that they gave to Shuri. This is the reason why. T'Challa played, first of all, let me take that back. Christopher Priest and Reginald Hunt's version, T'Challa did not play at all with nobody, right? He did not play at all. So the version of you're seeing of Shuri is legitimately the version of T'Challa from the comics. The no-nonsense, very smart IQ, going to go save the day. I'll kill you if I got to. They're giving that to Shuri. And I understand why people like that. And I understand why people do not like that, because that is what T'Challa is supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? Even down to the gold aspect, not the blue, but the gold aspects. And the reason why I said that, go back and read Marvel Night's Line with that's Christopher Priest. The matter of fact, Black Panther #1, 1998, shows him in the black and gold garb. That is not something that they gave to Killmonger. It's not. That is legitimately T'Challa. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? But you got to understand that Ultimate Shuri is something that they did later on after she was introduced in the comics. If you go with the 616 Shuri, especially the original Hunland's run when she was introduced in Black Panther #3, I believe, or Black Panther #5. I think it's number, but I think it's Black Panther #5. She's more hardcore because she was a warrior. You know, she was intelligent, and they expounded upon her intelligence as the griot and stuff like that. But when you're talking about supreme intelligence, it was always T'Challa. So, and exactly, Dirty Joker, I 1000% agree with you.
He may be multiverse Killmonger at some point during Avengers Doomsday or Secret Wars, but probably not both of the movies. When she says, "I've lost everyone that matters
If
to
they
me,"
do
she talks about
Hasselhoff,
her
I'm
brother
going to
T'Challa
die.
during the events of Black Panther Wakanda Forever, and also lost her mother, Queen Ramonda, during that movie too, to Namor. After people saw this, they were like, wait a minute, does she not care about T'Challa's son, who's also named T'Challa, T'Challa, son of T'Challa? Kind of seems like her saying this means that she doesn't really think about him too much.
Or maybe she lost, maybe, again, that's why I said maybe the incursion happened. She lost everybody and just the remaining people, that it's a small number of people that's left from, they got swept into the void. You know what I mean? And again, I don't know.
What they also might be doing is just laying the seeds that she thinks that she's lost everyone until she sees another version of this young T'Challa aged up. Because there's been a lot of rumors about Damson Idris being the new version of Black Panther, who will also show up from either another timeline or in some way show up during Avengers Doomsday and Secret Wars as another version of T'Challa.
When he said this, all I heard was dun 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 dun. He dun 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 dun. Woo! And he just started moonwalking, because I'm trying to tell you, when you start to get, let's be real. When you start talking about T'Challa Jr., you have people that I want to say this the best way possible, so I don't sound like a dick or anything like that. There's people that love Wakanda Forever that want to see it age up T'Challa Jr. because they're so locked in that Chadwick was T'Challa. And from an empathy standpoint, listen to what I'm saying. Listen really closely to what I'm saying. From an empathy standpoint, to empathize with someone, to understand exactly what they think, I ain't mad at them for that, because they're no different than the fans that want to see T'Challa back, right? T'Challa, son of T'Chaka, because they have a right to believe in their character. Whether I think it's asinine or not, they still have a right to believe in that character. Personally, empathy aside, to me, the wrong thing to do is double down on T'Challa Jr. And the reason why is because it still erases T'Challa, the guy that we've been following in the comments for the last 60 years. T'Challa Jr. does not exist. It's a made-up character to pacify what Marvel sold y'all as black people. Sorry, it is what it is. They sold y'all T'Challa Jr. to pacify y'all, to make it seem like that this character, just nobody else can save this character, and that Gates keeps the character. So nobody else takes the reins of that character and becomes just as great or not even better than what Chadwick brought to that character. So, and then you're going to have some people where the son is no different. I look, my sons are not me. I got 4 of them. They're not me. They're little Horcruxes of me. Shout out to Harry Potter. But they're not me. So the son cannot be the father. This is not the Jesus effect where the son, where the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit are one. It's not that. You know what I mean? So, again, I don't know.
There are a lot of ways that Marvel could explain him being T'Challa and showing up in the movies, but they could also just say that he's the aged-up version of T'Challa's son, also named T'Challa, so that Marvel can have their candy and eat it too. They don't want to recast Chadwick Boseman's T'Challa, but they do want a T'Challa Black Panther that they can use in all their movies going forward, like Black Panther 3, which is going to be the first movie after Avengers Secret Wars in the new rebooted MCU.
I get what he was trying to say. I get what he's saying. The problem is in the last video where I really had a problem, he was talking about it could be a variant, right? Now he said, well, Marvel can have his cake and eat it too. Who does that satisfy? A small portion of again, this is not just only black fans that want T'Challa back. There's white fans that have been following T'Challa for years. So when you're moonwalking and you're talking about what they can do to T'Challa, Well, why you didn't say that in the last video when the potato version, what you call it, the potato version of this came out? It makes it, you know, I get you got a duality there, but we gotta pick a side. We just gotta pick a side. That's all I'm asking. Pick a side.
Kevin Feige said a long time ago, one of the big things they're using that soft reboot point for in Avengers Secret Wars is to reset singular timelines, which is basically fixing a lot of people's continuities so that all the people exist on the same Earth. They did a version of this in the Arrowverse where they changed a couple backstories a little bit to explain things going forward, how they could all exist on the same Earth. So they could just do the same thing with this adult version of T'Challa that they reintroduce or introduced during the movies.
Again, I'm going to say it for the millionth time. Why is there doing all this Superman Nintendo 64 flying through hoops instead of just bringing in a variant? Instead of just bringing in a variant. Why do they did not do this with Red Hulk, with Thunderbolt Ross? Why is this so many hoops? Again, William Hurt died of cancer. Nobody at Marvel gave a whole fat flub about William Hurt. But yet, Chadwick Boseman walked on water. He fed the multitudes. He took 3 fish and fed everybody. Like, I mean, again, I love Chadwick. But Chadwick was, again, a underrated actor who just came off his biggest movie, which was 42. This wasn't like he was he had the cachet of a Harrison Ford, or he had the cachet of a Denzel Washington, or he was Wesley Snipes. Because remember, people forget Wesley Snipes was hot as fish grease when he went to go play Blade. And Blade actually showed his martial arts skills that was kind of hinted to in other movies, but that took him over the top. You know what I mean? That took him over the top. So, but why is all of this flying through hoops and all this gymnastics for T'Challa? They never should have said that Chadwick Boseman iteration of T'Challa preceded every iteration of this character. How? When William Hurt was first introduced in The Incredible Hulk way back in 2008, and they didn't have that same energy for someone who shared more screen time than Chadwick Boseman. It is so unbelievable, all the Nintendo Superman flying through hoops that people are doing for this character instead of just giving it a recast or just giving it a variant. You don't want to recast? Fine. Loki season 1 showed us you can have an alligator Loki. You can have a black Loki. You can have a biker Loki. You can have a female Loki. You have all these Lokis, but damn it, we can't give another T'Challa. Hell, we seen it. What if a T'Challa with a missing leg? We seen the T'Challa get killed. We seen the T'Challa in space and Star-Lord. We seen all these T'Challas except for the damn movies. Come on, dog. Come on. Y'all don't see the blatant hypocrisy that they're showing, and then. Again, I love you, Charlie, but your channel is so big, a lot of people are just gonna hang on for what you believe or what you say. That's why the flippity floppity, the magic carp, you're magic carper right now. You magic carp. I done got you out the boat and you just flopping all around. Come, you know what I mean? At least say allegedly or this is what I think or something. At least give a caveat. At least just that's all I'm saying. Let me keep going. I'm talking too much.
There was literally an awards show just a little while ago where Damson Idris was asked about this point blank, and he definitely gave off a vibe that he had been in talks with Marvel to be this new Black Panther. You can let me know in the comments what you think about him becoming a new version of T'Challa Black Panther in the MCU. Mostly just seems people are really hyped up to have another version of T'Challa Black Panther in the movies, and not really particular about how they accomplish that.
But that's what I'm saying. T'Challa is the main character of the Black Panther comic books. Again, this is the mental gymnastics that I'm trying to find. I'm talking, they're on some Dominique Dawes type of gymnastics right now, where I'm just so mind blown of what I see right now. I just watched Spider-Man, No Way Home, 3 Spider-Man, 3 different Spider-Man from 2 different universes, right? Why is this so hard? I watched Multiverse of Madness. They had 3 different Doctor Stranges. Why is this so hard? Why is this so hard? And again, this is so crazy because this is the main. When you go pick up a Black Panther comic book, the main character is not Shuri. And Baku is not the king in the comic books. What the whole entire flub is that is beyond me. They're not. It's T'Challa, son of T'Chaka, not T'Challa Jr. He is not in the comics. So what is this? And why do we have to go through all of these Nintendo 64 Superman hoops to just bring the character back? It's ridiculous.
Supposedly, Shuri is going to still be the main Black Panther through Avengers Doomsday, but wouldn't be surprised if they introduce this other version of T'Challa Black Panther and he takes the mantle and becomes the main Black Panther in Black Panther 3. Shuri is also going to be in that movie too, though. Like, she'll still exist in the MCU after Secret Wars, but I think she'll just go back to being regular Shuri.
And again, I've always said not showing T'Challa's intelligence in the movies was a sin. Was a sin because especially if you read Secret Wars, he's damn near to me. Now, all the people who read Secret Wars, you can tell me in the comment section what you think, but to me, T'Challa's the MVP of Secret Wars. Now, y'all put it in the comment section and let me know what y'all think.
We get a shot of Namora in the Talocan Temple and their people also meeting with Shuri and the Fantastic Four characters. Even though you only see the Wakanda characters meeting Ben Grimm, Namor and his people are also there with them in this desert area. So it just seems like the meeting is happening near this actual temple. When Shuri says the king has his duties to prepare our people for the afterlife, I love the way they linger on Namor's shot because he's also king of his people, technically.
Again, if you linger on this shot, let me go back and shout out because I got a total of 103 people in here and I got 66 on YouTube, 37 on X. Give some likes up in this mug. Or matter of fact, stop lingering on X. Come over here to YouTube, like, share, subscribe. Let's go. Let me go back. Let's look at this. If they go back to this shot, this is all they're walking to Talocan in the desert. When did Talocan become a desert area? This to me looks more like the Void than it does what we seen out of Black Panther Wakanda Forever. And I hate to say it. I might have to rewatch this movie again. I might have to rewatch Wakanda Forever again just to make sure I'm not tripping. But I might have to just watch it again. And that movie is triggering for me. Not even gonna hold you, it's very triggering for me. But I might have to watch it just to make sure I'm not tripping.
They're with them in this desert area. So it just seems like the meeting is happening near this actual temple.
Like,
when Shuri,
wouldn't that not be in the Void? Wouldn't that not be in the Void? It could not be a real background. It couldn't be. But to me, it looks like the Void. Matter of fact, that looks like the volume. You know what I mean? But again, I could be wrong. Collection Ray, I could be absolutely wrong. This is just speculation. This is theory crafting. This is hypothesis. I don't know. I'm wrong. You know what I mean? So
says the king has his duties to prepare our people for the afterlife. I love the way they linger on Namor's shot because he's also king of his people, technically. Very ominous look on his face. But at least in context, the line of dialogue that she has is mostly talking about M'Baku is the king of Wakanda still after Wakanda Forever because they split duties. She's just off busy being science bro and Black Panther, wearing the mantle of Black Panther. Her whole thing is that she didn't want to spend all of her time doing the day-to-day ruling of actual Wakanda, like all the business administration work.
Then what is she doing? That's the problem, you know what I mean, that they haven't addressed. During that time, because when she became the Black Panther, what has she been doing? She went all the way to MIT to go get Shuri when she had the vibranium detector. But then when she needed some help, where the hell was she at? So, you know, where people talk about when she was becoming a criminal, well, where was Shuri at to help her not even go through that? Why she didn't pay her? All the stuff that I went through, I almost drowned and all that. Where my payment at? You did. I couldn't keep the suit. Where my money? You gave me my car back. I need some money. I'm broke.
Black Panther sends her regards, but she will not be joining us today.
She and M'Baku are cool, though. They came to an arrangement over that
Williams.
outcome.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
For people asking, too,
You're
they're
right.
not
Whoa,
together
whoa.
in any kind of romantic way. Like, they're just allies, basically. But when she says preparing their people for the afterlife, I think the idea is that she believes that their universe, the MCU, is about to be destroyed, and it's because of the incursions. It just seems like they've gotten so worse, and that's what the Thunderbolts characters were talking about in their post-credit scene. The entire crisis in space that sounds like it's been going on for a while when that post-credit scene picks up. You have to imagine that Shuri has been watching this the whole time, and as a resident science bro, she's just expecting eventually that their universe will be destroyed if they don't do something to stop it.
And I get that. I get that. I honestly get that. But what if it's already gone? You know what I mean? I don't know.
During the comic book Time Runs Out, T'Challa Black Panther is also part of the Illuminati with all the other characters too.
Yes.
You have to imagine that all the stories that they were using him in during Time Runs Out and Secret Wars, they had to substitute Shuri and potentially this other Black Panther T'Challa that they'll introduce during the movies at some point.
If the Russos are smart, listen to what I'm saying on this. If the Russos are smart, they were introduced to T'Challa and make them on par with Shuri as far as the intelligence, all of that. Since the damage is already done. I could cry about it, all of that is already done. She is who she is right now. Right? Whatever I say don't matter. She is who she is right now. If they reintroduce T'Challa in this movie, right? They can make him on par with her so we don't even have any problems. She's just kind of like what they did in Spider-Man No Way Home. You had each Spider-Man doing the Science Bro thing when they were trying to figure out a weapon to destroy their person for their own universe. You know what I mean? They could do the same thing with Shuri and T'Challa. And technically, if they do that, I'm not going to be mad at that. I would actually root for that. You know what I mean? What I'm saying is the damage is already done. Show them intelligent. You know what I'm saying? They can show her smarter or whatever. They just show him just as smart as her. So the casual fan that fell in love with Shuri, don't think that they're doing that because he's a man, because you already know the grifters are going to come out. The ones that lean on the far left side, they say, oh, yeah, they're doing that because she's a woman and got to always show a man smarter. That's going to come too. You know what I mean? That's going to come too. To satisfy both, just make them both smart. Make them both intelligent. Do it how they did it with the three Spider-Man. You know what I mean? So I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
We get a much better look at M'Baku's suit too. I talked about this in my previous video. There's way more wood that's built into it, but it's still meant to be partially vibranium. All their cloth is vibranium weave, and it's built into everything that they have. But he is a hardcore traditionalist as part of the ape tribe, and they hate technology. Shuri is all about technology, but it does not mean that he doesnit like vibranium.
He's one of the smartest dude on the face of the planet. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Him, Reed Richards, Dr. Doom, to me is the three smartest people in all of Marvel Comics. You know, you can put Bruce Banner in there, you could put Tony Stark in there, you could put oh my God, Squirrel Girl. You could put a couple people in there. But T'Challa, Dr. Doom, and Reed Richards for me. My personal opinion. You know, so
his weapons are made of vibranium too, but we did see Namor just absolutely wreck his wooden armor during Black Panther Wakanda Forever. So I'm assuming that he has a much more upgraded version here that Shuri has helped make for him too. And after this very, very serious part of the trailer, like incredibly dark and serious in tone, we get the funny moment of Ben Grimm meeting M'Baku and Shuri. Love the way he introduces himself too. M'Baku just seems like he can't believe Ben Grimm. Like, what is your deal? Are you entirely made of rock? Is your junk made of rock?
Pause. Charlie, why? Yeah, Blue Marvel and Moon Girl. That's what I was thinking. I don't know why I said Squirrel Girl. Moon Girl. Moon Girl's dope. Moon Girl. I forgot I had a bunch of Moon Girl comics. Moon Girl is dope. I like Moon Girl. And I like the show that they had before they canceled it. But yeah, Blue Marvel. But T'Challa, those three, T'Challa, Reed Richards, and Dr. Doom, I'm just saying.
But you have to imagine the Fantastic Four from the 1960s coming into present day, this alternate universe, meeting these Wakandan characters and seeing how advanced they are. Don't you also wonder if there is a version of Black Panther on their Earth that they just didn't reveal during the Fantastic Four movie? But I think the idea at the end of the trailer here, when Shuri's getting back onto her ship with M'Baku, she's nodding to Namor off camera, and it's probably because they are forming their alliance. She could be nodding to Ben Grimm, though, too, but she gives the Wakanda Forever sign. We get that line, the Wakandans, the Fantastic Four will return in Avengers Doomsday like they did for the other trailers and the other teams. Then we get the countdown to Doomsday is Coming, the slightly different version that will just run all the way on their YouTube channel until the 11 months runs out, counts down to 0, and we actually get the movie in theaters. Now you need to do, Marvel, is reveal Robert Downey Jr.'s Dr. Doom, official HD shiny crisp look at his suit. What are his powers going to look like? Was he the one controlling the Sentinels in the X-Men universe during that big fight where Cyclops was going crazy? Cannot wait to see him absolutely wreck all of the other main characters too. Everybody post all your reactions in the comments below. And if there's any...
All right, I'm gonna end that right there. Yeah, Amadeus Cho, Moon Girl, Hank Pym, but I will always put T'Challa, Reed Richards, and Dr. Doom, because they've all done, like, if you really get into some comic lore, they've done completely awesome-ish that in the comics. I'm talking about just ridiculous awesome-ish in the comics. You know what I mean? Like, again, that's my personal opinion. Y'all put who y'all think in the comment section below. But for me, it's T'Challa, Reed Richards, and Dr. and Victor Von Doom. You know what I mean? So that's just me personally. All right. So let me transition over so the people that's watching this on the mobile version can see how big my face is because the way that StreamYard did this. Anyway, I'm going to take a really quick commercial break. I got to get up out of here soon. I'm going to take a really quick commercial break, and I'll be right back again with more of the Dre Mack Show. Don't go nowhere. Don't go nowhere.
We'll be right back. It's just your mama's raisin butter biscuits. That's all it is.
Not my mama biscuits.
Won't they do?
Take a love to a biscuit, man.
Won't they do?
Okay, so what happened is one time Randy Beeman went on a trip with his dad and they picked up a lady who wanted to ride home, and this was in Kansas. And she sat in the back seat, and when they got where she wanted to go, they turned around and she was gone. And Randy Beeman's dad talked to the man who lived there and told him what the lady looked like. And the man said, "Oh, that's my wife, but she died 4 years ago." Spooky, huh? Okay, bye.
Won't they do?
Taste the biscuit. Taste the goodness of the biscuit.
Won't they do?
Good idea. Visiting the circus. Bad idea. Having the circus visit you.
We now return to the Transformers.
All right. I love your guys' comment section in the chat right now. You guys are going crazy in the chat. You know what I'm saying? Adam Brashear, most definitely. Adam Brashear is so dope. Everything he does, he can be able to break your atoms down on a molecular level, like to the atom. Like, dude is so dope. Don't get nearly the love and the zeitgeist that he should. But then he will outshine some other folks, in my personal opinion. But yeah, so what do you guys say? Do you think Charlie moonwalked, or is he just trying to explain the other side of you know, the T'Challa, the T'Challa Jr. conversation. I believe he moonwalked a little bit because there is people that actually like, no, sure, he's a Black Panther. And if you want to give a child, just age up the child, just do some whoop-de-doo, you know what I'm saying, some la-di-da stuff and zippity-doo-dah. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. I'm not hating, bro. That's my brother, Super Six Shot. Bro, I ain't hating no Dr. Octavius and Peter Parker. Come on. They ain't Reed, they ain't T'Challa, and they damn sure ain't Victor Von Doom. Now, Peter, my guy, though, but there's comics where Peter was just being a little too creepy. But you know who the most OP character, who's the smartest character that nobody talks about? Wade Wilson, because he knows everything that's going on. Ha, ha, ha. All right. Put it in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think about this. And do you want T'Challa back, and how do you want T'Challa back? And which T'Challa do you want? Do you want T'Challa Jr. or do you want T'Challa Senior, son of T'Chaka? Put it in the comment section below and let me know what you guys think.
Yo, the sign is real simple, B. It says wrap it up. Wrap that shit up, B.
All right, got to get up here, got to wrap it up because I got to get up out of here. Thank you so very much for tuning in to another episode of The Dre Mac Show. Shout out to all the people that was watching on X and have been watching it on Twitter. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Stop playing. I know y'all X. Come on over. Come on, big dog. What you waiting on? But again, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that bell notification so you can never, ever miss one of my videos again. Until next time, I'm going to holler at you guys later. Peace and vibe power, man. Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday. Where's my outro at? Because you already know I gotta go. Wait a minute. You're telling me the video's over? What? Huh. Okay, I guess so. If you have came to this portion of the video, thank you so very much for sticking to the end. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that little bell notification so you never miss one of my videos. And if you really want to, you don't got to, go ahead and follow the social media links that's down below. Until next time, I'll let you guys later. Peace and vibe higher, y'all. Y'all take care of yourself.